Joseph Beach, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is She Said.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
No more wasting time. Let's get it.
So now, Anthony, Mackie, as many times as we've talked, I don't think that I've ever acknowledged that you've been with the same girl since 2nd grade.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's adorable.
Yeah.
You and I have something in common. You believe, in a lot of cases, that men and women have roles.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, you say it because people get
you
mad
better
when
believe
I say
it. I'm from this. Yeah, you better believe it.
I mean,
Quick story time. So me and this man matched on the apps. His approach was pretty good. He had good banter, which is usually a problem for these people called men. However, in the middle of the chat, we're chatting and he goes, "Can you cook?" Which we all know is a red flag.
Asking if you can cook is a red flag. Guys, I hope you're following. If a woman says asking and if you, whew. Hold on.
I know you're from New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I'm only from Jersey,
Yeah,
but I do believe that if he wants a sandwich,
You make daddy a sandwich.
So what you guys are watching right there is videos of a wife serving her man food. This is literally all or most of the videos on this couple's page, right? It's just her making food and serving it. And they have over like 100K followers. I thought this was really interesting, right? Things have gotten so bad today that this right here is entertaining to men.
No. Let me ask you this. Well, okay, let me ask you this. If me and you out and somebody say something slick to you,
you punch him in the face.
you want me to smack him in his mouth,
Yep,
right?
That's right.
We always care about when it comes to the argument. Well, we did this, we did that, we did all.
Let me tell you why. A man doesn't want someone to protect him physically. He wants you to make him a sandwich.
Now that's disrespectful.
No, see, why is it disrespectful to have to cook for your man?
So if I take you on a date and I say, look, baby, we gonna go Dutch.
No.
Exactly. If we walking up to the car and I don't open your car door, what do you say?
Open the door.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
of course I can cook. I'm a competent adult. I hope you can too. That's such an odd question. And then he kind of ignores it and goes on to say, oh, can we FaceTime to just like pre-meet, which I love because I'm not leaving the house for somebody that I don't know who might be crazy, because 99% of the time they're not well. So we get on FaceTime and it's pretty good banter. Where are you from? What do you do? You're a professional woman. So then he delves straight into it. Oh, like, you know, what happened in your previous relationship? And I'm like, and I'm not about to bash anybody because they're not worth bashing. So I'm like, yeah, you know, the last situation didn't work out. We were not compatible. And he's like, oh, what do you mean you weren't compatible? And I'm like, so he asked me like, what's something I don't like in a relationship and dating? And I said, I don't like when a guy's unreliable. Like, being unreliable is one of my top pet peeves. And randomly, you know, he asked me, oh, what does unreliable mean to you? And I said, like, you plan, you know, we're supposed to go on a date and you cancel. I don't like that. He now looks at me and he goes, so are you a feminist? I said, is it a trick question? What does feminism have to do with my preferences in dating? But
See, this man didn't even need to know more about her. It was not a trick question. He just could feel the energy. We know what a feminist feels like. Can you guys feel that? Can you feel that masculinity coming from the screen? How do I know that Teach Hanley is the #1 skincare product for men? Well, because I tried them out for the first time and they delivered. Listen, when Teach Hanley promised to uncomplicate my skincare routine, they came through, man. I use Teach Hanley every day and I'm at the point now where I don't even have to think about it. They make it easy, especially with their instructional card that tells you what product to use and at what time. They didn't only promise to help me with my skin, which they did, but they also claimed that they had over 500 5-star reviews, and they were right. Yes, 500 5-star reviews from other happy customers. So while you're sitting here watching this video, there are other people leaving their reviews on their positive results and experiences with Teach Hanley. What's taking you so long? Listen, guys, I use everything inside that box. From their face wash, exfoliation scrub, morning moisturizer, PM moisturizer. I make sure that when I step out, my skin is healthy, protected, and ready to take on the day. So if you're tired of struggling with your skin and want something that works, hit that link pinned to the top of the comment section and get your first box today. The good news is today, Teach Hanley is running a special for my viewers and my audience. Get your first box today and you get 30% off and a free gift. That's 30% off and a free gift. Click that link at the top of the comment section and get your first box of Teach Hanley. Trust me, man, you won't regret it.
Am I the for telling my husband's coworker to stop coddling him by bringing a lunch for him? I acknowledge that my husband works a physically intensive job and very long hours, typically 60 to 65 hours per week on a slow week.
That is too much.
That is a lot of work. You should be working less.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate how hard he works so I can be home for our kids after school and during their time off.
Okay.
With that out of the way, onto the issue. He says he rarely has time or energy to pack his own lunch for the day. Oftentimes he falls asleep after getting home and doing the rest of his share of the housework and spending time with the kids. In the mornings he takes care of the dogs and some smaller household things before going to work. He used to ask me to help him by packing a lunch, and sometimes I would, but otherwise I tell him he needs to manage his time better by multitasking.
Oh my god.
Or waking up earlier because he's a grown man and can pack his own lunch.
You're gonna make me side with a man. I'm so
God
pissed
forbid.
at you.
This guy married a feminist. Obviously, let's keep listening.
I already knew it was a red flag. I was like, why is he trying to ask me if I support the rights of women? Why? So I split I said, I don't understand. What 1 + 1 is 2. So how did we get here? Like, why are you asking me? What does me having preferences in dating have to do with feminism? Like, where are you? What's this connection?
He doesn't want to date a feminist like you.
And he's gonna answer, well, these days women expect men to be more effeminate and they don't allow men to be men. So maybe your expectations of him were really for women and shouldn't be for a man. And then he goes, so then I asked him, I was like, so you're into gender roles? And he's like, yeah, I think a man should be a provider. And, for me, I'm going to be a provider. I don't expect my wife to tell me to cook or to clean toilets. So I said, so you're supposed to be a competent adult. Right now, I assume you do your own dishes and clean toilet. You meet me, a professional woman who's making her own money.
Uh-oh. Making her own money. There we go.
At my level, I don't even wash toilets. I outsource that. So you expect a woman of my caliber to date you
Here we go.
and then downgrade my life and become...
And the accent's coming out. And the accent. See, guys, give a woman a little bit of money, she'll turn into a worse version of a man with money.
Toilet cleaner. So he now said, oh, but if men have to participate in domestic chores, what's the benefit to men? So I said, I now told him, I said, every time people get into these topics about, cleaning, cooking, it's an impoverished mindset because I'm working, so I ain't got to do either. So if your plan is to date a woman so that you can make her a maid, it makes you an impoverished man, period.
I have noticed for the past several months he doesn't always take his lunch bag with him. The other day I got curious as to how much he's spending weekly on eating out. Checking our account, I saw that every week he takes out or transfers $45, but no unknown restaurant charges. Considering current prices, I asked him where he's eating that $45 is lasting him all week because I'd like to see what they got. That's when he told me he's not eating anywhere. He and a few of his coworkers give money to another coworker, and then his wife either packs breakfasts / lunches for everyone, for anyone pitching in, or drops food off at the drop site.
Oh, that's very nice.
I told him she's not...
That's a pretty good system they have there. They all contribute $45, and some guy's wife prepares lunch for everybody. Smart.
I told him she's not their servant, and he needs to knock it off.
What if that's her job? What if she's just running a business?
Yeah, a little food business for $45 a week.
No, straight. Okay. Well, I'll go
She's
into it
making
later.
her own money. You're right.
She's making money.
So this man comes back, right? And he's like, I'm thinking, maybe I've scared him away. Like, in my head, I'm like, good. Like, I've told you, I'm not here to be your domestic staff, you weird man. So I'm thinking, I've scared him away. This man comes back and he's like, I would really like to take you on a date. So now I'm curious. Am I going to go on a date with him? No. So I said, okay. Where are you thinking of taking me? What are the options? Send me options. He said, where are you? I tell him where I am. He's like, okay, I'll send 2 options, like kind of equidistant for where you are. I said, okay, cool. Send me option. This man sent me Starbucks 1, Starbucks 2.
Wow.
I told him she's not their servant and he needs to knock it off. Saturday, when he was talking to that particular coworker about a job they'd be doing all week, I leaned close to the phone and told his coworker to also stop giving him lunches and be better to his wife. I went on to tell them both all he was doing was coddling my husband and the others, and that they're adults. If they're worried about lunchtime, they'd take care of it themselves instead of depending on someone else, going to Wendy's to get coddled by them.
Some people hate community so much. Like, just hate building it. They hate other people.
Yeah.
Helping other people. They hate it a lot.
It's really depressing. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
We argued about it and still hadn't resolved the issue when he left for the job yesterday morning. Yesterday afternoon, I dropped the kids off with my parents and I was venting to them about it. Both of my parents told me the easiest solution would be to just do it myself or let him keep paying because it's one small thing to do to help make his job easier, then reminded me about how they packed each other's lunches whenever one of them had to stay home with us while growing up. Am I telling my husband and his coworker to stop providing lunches for him?
Yes.
Some men are in hell. Some men are in hell. Imagine dealing with that. Imagine that's who you are spending the rest of your life with. Incredible. You know what's interesting about this story is there's no real problem here. She's just upset that another woman is cooking for her man. And it's going to get worse. You're going to lose your husband. He's going to probably cheat on you. And I hope he does. Sorry, drink the coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Okay, fine. Maybe that's a bit too harsh. But I hope he at least puts his foot down and stops accepting this type of horrible treatment and demands change. Let's check out some of these comments. First comment here says, did take care of it himself and got cheaper than a week worth of lunches and breakfasts. That's a good point. Somebody else here says, I'm sorry. He works 65 hours a week and helps with housework and kids, ... This lady's unreal. She has no idea what rare gem of a man she's found. Here's somebody else who says, I didn't even clock the fact that she stays home while he works 60 plus hours the first time. Wow. For some people, for some women, they need things to go horribly wrong to finally appreciate the man that they have or the husband that they have.
Man comes home from a 13-hour shift. And his wife offered him a bite of her pizza slice for dinner.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Check it out for yourself. Let's get it.
Saying I can't come home to a full-course meal. What we married for? What we married for?
I'm not your mama. I'm your wife.
I just pulled a 13-hour shift. I just knew I was gonna come home and have some food on the goddamn stove. And now you playing, man. You been doing it for like 2 or 3 months, man. What is it? You don't pay no goddamn bill. I pay the car notes, the house notes, family trips. I'm paying for.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Man, you know what?
Ride and protect. Ride and protect. That's what you're supposed to do.
Why I can't get no food in the house then? Huh?
Incredible. Incredible. Women really complicate these things, man. They really do. They really underestimate just how much a home-cooked meal can change the disposition, the gratefulness, the mindset, the way a man sees you, how he wants to treat you better, learning to take care of him. This woman is not a wife. Obviously, this man effed up. Right? Her mouth is full. She's talking, eating while her man is starving. Definitely not taking accountability. No coffee in sight. I don't see a cup of coffee anywhere. I'm looking. Let me see. Nothing. But women really complicate this thing. It's simple. Wife gets shamed by feminist modern women for cooking for her husband after her work shift. This caption reads, surgery resident physician cooks dinner for her husband after working a 13-hour shift. My husband expects dinner when he gets home. No more wasting time. Let's get it. So there she is, sharpening the knife. You know it's about to go down. You know it's about to go down. Fish. Yes, ma'am. The seasoning. See, women are watching this and rolling their eyes. They're like, how dare you cook for this man? Don't you know no man deserves this? I can smell it. multitasking. Shout out to this wife, man. Look at that. Look at that. All right, guys. So this video was posted online and it went viral. How do you guys think the women responded to this particular video? You could probably take some guesses, but how do you think they respond? Let's check out a few of these comments. First comment here says, I see y'all saying you love a traditional woman. Baby, traditional woman wouldn't be working because her husband takes care of her. Y'all want it all. So that's the majority, right? 24,000 women, future cat ladies here like this comment. They don't think they should be cooking for their husband if they have to work. Instead of looking at this and saying, wow, what a great gesture. This is great. They argue against it. Why? Because most of them have been in this situation and they've taken a hard stance in saying, I'm not going to cook for any man unless if he can pay all my bills. And even then, she'll still be a headache to deal with. Here's another comment from another woman that says, this is cap. I have several friends that are doctors or nurses and they wouldn't step foot in their kitchen after a shift in their scrubs. This comment was pretty popular. People were talking about the scrubs. And as somebody who worked in a field, I was required to wear scrubs. And other people, I understand, right? I get the scrub thing, but the focusing on the scrubs is them looking for any reason to shun any woman out here who's giving their husband good treatment. Then you have simps like this dude who say, man, my wife better come home and get some rest. I'm grown. If I'm hungry, I can get my own shit. But shoulder shrug, everybody's relationship is different. You see, these people belong to each other. Like this guy and all the other women in here, they belong to each other. Because eventually the households that they build up have no structure and equal chaos. We've got another comment here that says, very sad. A Nigerian king would have a hot bath, pounded yam, jollof rice with a side of suya waiting for her when she gets back from work. Get y'all a Nigerian king, ladies. Is this what you guys are doing, my brothers? For my Nigerian brothers out here, is this what you're doing? This is coming from a fellow African. Please explain, is this right? Correct me down below. Do you claim this comment and this man? My brother, please explain down below, bro. This is what he's saying. He's calling y'all simps. I'm just... Let's check out some more comments. Another comment here from another person says, as a nurse, she wild for cooking in them hospital scrubs, but hey, go off. You're wild for not having a man. Another comment here says, also in the medical field and cook for my husband after my 12-hour shift. Oh, we found one. We found one. Why is it that all the women who are okay with this video also happen to have wives? Guys, this stuff is like simple. The women, ironically, who look at this and say, oh, yeah, I cook sometimes, you know, for my husband after a long shift. They have a husband. They have a man. But all the single ladies, shout out to Beyonce, who's married, by the way. All the single ladies are angrily commenting, waiting for a man who can pay for all their bills. She goes on and says, but sis, with love, the uniform isn't a good look while cooking. Now, I understand for the shock value, she probably wanted to keep the uniform on to show that, you know, she's getting off work. Because when people see it, they put two and two together. Another comment here says, I work in the medical field as well. Sometimes I'm too exhausted to go shower and change before cooking. So here's another woman who's like, I don't know. I've been in this situation. In parentheses, demanding job, not in patient care all day though. If I decide I want to cook, I'm going to do it before I get relaxed or it's not going to happen. Throw an apron on and call it a day. Oh, so she covers the apron. So we have chicks here. We've got a gentleman here that says, I'm meant for her and her husband. They're on some real life ish because the ones in the comments, they've been on Instagram so long they want the man to do everything. LOL. So a couple of angry women responded back to that dude and said, as if you can relate. Please hush, sir, on this one. LOL. Another woman responded back to him and says, you're the last person that gets an opinion on love now. Scrap. Somebody else here responded back and says, traditional men wouldn't let their wives work a 13-hour shift. Even the podcast niggas have enough common sense to not want their woman working full time. You're the only brainwashed one who doesn't get it. LOL, you'll be single for the rest of your life. So since this chick is talking about podcast niggas, I'm assuming she's going to lump me in that category. On behalf of podcast, we support this queen.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Feminine and loving wife cooks for her husband and his friend. And modern women online are utterly disgusted, repulsed with this video I'm about to play. The hate is unreal. So guys, I stumbled on this video on Instagram and it was captioned, husband called and asked if his friends from work could come over for a movie night. So you have this wife, and I'm about to play the video for you. She's getting stuff prepared, and the reaction that she got, the hate that she got from just filming herself doing this act of kindness towards her husband is almost unreal. No more wasting time. Let's get it. There she is, cleaning the toilets, towels, house looking spotless, laundry, butter in the pan. You know she's about to get down in the kitchen. Oh yeah. I don't know what she's making. Baking something, maybe desserts. You know she's done this before. Cookies, it looks like. It looks like dough. Yeah, looks like cookies. Washing the dishes. Pizza. Look at that setup. You got the pizza there. You got the beer, it looks like. Popcorn. Cookies in the oven. How many women today know how much this means? This act, this level of kindness, the simplicity in this is nuts. But the fact that she did this triggered so many women, man. I'm telling you guys, I'm not exaggerating this. This video, this video has 2.5 million views. 2.5 million views, all for the wrong reasons. Let's keep watching. I think there's a little bit left here. Okay, so there you go. Let's check out some of these comments to see what got these women so triggered. First comment here comes from a woman. She says, laugh out loud, let him do the work. I would not be making them cookies and cleaning. Gender roles, propaganda. Guys, I need to sip real quick. All right, so angry modern woman number one. Next comment here says, he asked if he could have friends over. You're not the mother, you're the wife. Another comment here says, and of course, like, they're totally discrediting the fact that when couples do have these conversations, they will say, well, we're partnerships, so we have to talk about things before you just do them. That's what he probably did. What if he just showed up with his friends and the house was a mess? She would probably complain about that too, right? So I'm assuming that's how they communicate, and she had no problem with him asking in that way. Let's check out this next comment from another woman that says, I don't know why it's apparently no longer acceptable to do nice things for your partner as a woman. Guys, pay close attention to this, because women are also noticing, not just men who may watch the Coffee Pod or other similar channels. Women are noticing if they tend to lean towards more traditional feminine roles, nurturing roles, and that's the type of dynamic they want in their relationship, they are also ostracized or may face some backlash, especially if they're open and proud about doing nice things for your man and posting on social media. You gotta think how nuts that is. That's insane, bro. What universe are we living in? Somebody, please. This shit's incredibly wild to me, man. She goes on to say, under every video I see where a woman does something sort of housework or childcare, an overwhelming amount of the people in the comments ask where the husband/father is and says rude things like, you're hurting the movement, or he needs to be more involved, or I bet he doesn't even know where the vacuum is. Honestly, people, she says, she's doing something nice for her partner. Leave her alone. She goes on to clarify, I'm all here for the feminist movement and equal pay, equal opportunity, which you already have equal opportunity, equal pay. You just have to outwork men who work very hard, and you can do that. if you want to, right? But good luck. Goes on to say, but please stop policing each and everything you see.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Another woman here wanted to know, she says, what's her ad? Can you give her credit so we can follow her? And so, hey, I went ahead and put her Instagram, IG here so you guys can go check her out. Another comment here says, I feel oppressed and brainwashed just watching this. So this is another feminist who's in the comment section who's disgusted by what she sees. Another comment here says, the comment section is full of fragile femininity. So these women are kind of going back and forth and arguing. A gentleman here chimed in and said, if you're not a wife, you wouldn't understand. Just hush, women. So, of course, that probably added more fuel to the fire because now a guy's coming there to support this. And here comes the pink-haired woman who says, I guess his hands are broken, she says. Nobody needs this outdated ideology anymore. Stop it. Yeah. Get your hair dyed pink like this chick. Another comment here from another woman says, imagine shaming a woman for doing something nice for her husband. Has it ever occurred to y'all that some women like to do things like this for their husband/partner? With a question mark. Let them be. 11,000 likes on that one. And they don't care is what it looks like. But a lot of women were standing up and saying, nah, man, this is enough. This is too far. There are women out here who do want to treat their men well. There are women out here who do want to embrace their femininity. There are women out here who drink coffee. Like this chick who says, us real women don't claim these girls complaining in the comments. I feel bad for their boyfriends/husbands. They don't have any, so don't worry. You don't have to worry about that.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
And if they do, they deserve everything they get. If you're out here and your woman is like, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do this, I don't do that, everything's gonna be split down the middle, and you're still expected to protect her from physical harm and danger. And she hasn't also said, by the way, I will fight somebody who tries to fight you, man, woman, etc. And you haven't put that to the test, then you deserve what's coming for you. Goes on to say, imagine a relationship where you both do nice things for each other. Probably never had one. Because there's a lot of women out here, man, who think they want a partnership. But make sure you're out here working as hard as your man. Make sure you're out here doing the hard work around the house that the man does. Don't look at that man crazy and struggle to lift those boxes when it's time to move. Get over here, right? And if you can't pick the couch up, you should be hitting the gym. What's going on? Let's go. Why are you so weak? Another comment here says, came here and saw a feminist battle in the comment section when I was just like, no effing way she did all this in an hour. This guy was over there like, wow, she's quick. Goes in the comment section, boom, full battle in the comment section. Feminists versus women who are in their right minds. Next comment here says, so you treat your husband like a 14-year-old boy. I mean, the hate just kept going. Another comment here says, what's with all the miserable, in quotations, empowered women complaining about a wife doing something kind for a husband and friends? There's absolutely nothing wrong with catering, not only to your husband, but also his friends/family. She used that word, catering. It's called hospitality and being welcoming. I go above and beyond if/when my husband plans a guy's night at the house, because I want my husband treated well when he visits our friend's home too. Our husbands also respect and reciprocate. Y'all act like a bunch of scorned wenches. Another comment from another woman who didn't like what she saw says, as a real woman and wife, we do not claim these women in the comments. I honestly feel really bad for their partners. Like, God forbid, in a relationship where they do nice things for each other, I would do this for my husband just as he would do it for me if I had girlfriends coming over and I worked all day and he was at home. Yep. As always, curious to know, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Listen, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.